Hello and welcome to episode 65 of 15K Plus Random Movie Reviews, the podcast where we take a random movie from Metacritic's all-time movie list. This is Colin.
And this is Niall.
And this is Random Movie 12,009, Timecop from 1994. Runs for 1 hour and 39 minutes. It's got a Metascore of 48 and a user score of 6.6. Had a budget of 27 to 28 million and brought in a nice box office of $101.6 million, making it, I believe, Jean-Claude Van Damme's most successful movie.
Wow. It's
I
kind
believe.
of a depressing fact.
Yeah, well, one might argue that this was the end of his golden era.
To be fair, it was roughly around the same time as all the 80s styles movies just died off. This was
Yeah.
the end of them. And this one feels tired.
Yeah, it's a bit formulaic, a little bit painted in or styled in, but I kind of didn't hate it. It was sort of average movie. I didn't not like it. I thought it was brain dead movie, and I was entertained by it, but not like to a point where it's like 3.5 out of 5 movie.
It's all about the splits, let's be honest.
Well, that's all he has.
I'm going to fight this guy. He's got a gun, so I'm going to use splits.
Yeah, especially on my kitchen counter.
Yeah. What does that do? I'm doing splits, right? Then he can't shoot me.
I'll just kick you in the balls. There you go.
Yeah.
Just to give a little framework around his oeuvre here. So, this was his first sort of role in Metacritic is 1984. And he was in Missing in Action, which I believe is a Charles Bronson movie. Yeah, no, Chuck Norris. Sorry. No Retreat, No Surrender. Then he was listed as other in Predator. I think you said he was in The Costume or something, maybe once or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was originally going to be the Predator because he was able to jump around the place like a lunatic.
Do the splits.
He's do the splits. It would have been awful. It would have been just a Predator splitting all the time.
Yeah.
No, they decided quickly that they wanted somebody who was massive, and he's not.
Yeah. So he went straight into Bloodsport, Cyborg, Kickboxer, Lionheart, Death Warrant, Double Impact, which has a bit of a cult following, Universal Soldier, which is cult following as well.
I love that one, actually.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren as well, man.
Oh, yeah, 2 for 1. He was in Last Action Hero as Jean-Claude Van Damme. I can't remember what that was all about. Hard Target, another popular one, probably the highest rated of his golden era at 63 out of 100 on Metacritic. Nowhere to Run in 93, and then came 1994 Timecop, quickly followed by Street Fighter, which people say is terrible. He said in an interview he had a little affair with Kylie Minogue in that movie.
I'd be bragging about that as well.
Yeah.
If I had.
So he was coked up during Street Fighter. He has readily admitted this. I don't know if he was coked up during Timecop, but during Timecop, I think he was, totally just, I think he was not on time and stuff like that. I think he had an issue back then. Well, it was the same year it was released. But so they came to him and said, hey, producers, said, hey, we'll give you $12 million for 3 movies. This is around the time of Street Fighter. And he said, no, I want 20 million like Jim Carrey. And they went, nope, hung up on him, and he got blacklisted. And so that's why in 97, 3 years later, he came out with Double Team with Dennis Rodman.
That wasn't a great move. That's just be honest, it was not a good move.
Well, it's the cocaine talking.
Yeah, listen, Jim Carrey's got range. I'm sorry, John. JCVD,
yeah.
I love you, man, but you ain't got range.
No, he's pretty bad in this one too, acting-wise. He tries.
He does the splits, man. What more do you want?
It's pretty impressive.
Incredibly impressive. It's just one trick.
I just kept thinking of his like viral advertisement where he's doing the splits trucks, between the trucks. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, one trick pony, is he, eh?
It's a great trick.
Yeah. Anywho, this was directed by Peter Hyams, and actually, I think Jean-Claude said in an interview at one point that Peter was one of the only people that stuck around him when he got into his addiction, or stood up for him, or came around and was checking on how he was doing. So that's kind of nice to hear, I guess.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah. Peter Hyams directed End of Days, the Arnie movie from '99.
A movie I quite enjoyed, actually.
Yeah, I skipped college to watch that.
How many years of
day.
college?
Yeah.
I skipped all the college.
Skipped all the college. Yeah, actually, and I watched the trailer for it last week just when I figured out this director did it, and I was like, oh yeah, Peter Gabriel Byrne, not Peter Gabriel, the musician playing the music. Gabriel Byrne as Satan, which I thought it was.
He was excellent in it as well.
Yeah.
I think that was a much underrated movie.
Yeah, it was Arnie trying something different. He was trying sort of more grizzled detective, as opposed to kicking the shit out of somebody.
Range.
Written by Mark Verheiden and Mike Richardson. So Mark Verheiden's got some pedigree behind him. A little connection to our episode 61, I think, Evil Dead 2. He wrote a few episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Did you see the other connections to the Evil Dead?
Hellboy. Oh, Sam Raimi. Sorry,
Sam Raimi. Yeah, pops up as an executive producer.
Yeah. Yes. So
these lads travel in pairs, by the looks of it.
Yeah, so Mike Richardson was the producer for your movies, Hellboy 1 and 2.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Also, Mystery Man, which is quite a funny superhero movie.
Waffle Man.
But Mark Verheiden wrote quite a few things that I liked back in the day. Falling Skies, nobody really liked that movie, that sci-fi series, but at least it wasn't cancelled, and it actually went the full cycle. And it
didn't turn out they were all dead at the end or something stupid.
No. It was decent. Noah Wiley from ER was in it. There's an actress from ER in this as well. He wrote quite a few Battlestar Galacticas and the first Heroes as well, which was good for the first season.
Reasonable series like Battlestar Galactica has got a massive cult following. I watched a whole lot of it myself and enjoyed it immensely.
I did too, but it was shafted in the last season by a writer's strike that happened, and so the last season, you're going, what the hell is going on? It's religion or something.
Yeah, but
Starbuck, you're dead.
But you're not dead, but you're alive, and then you're reincarnated as a god. What's going on?
Yeah, it was such a great series up until then.
Yep.
I'm sad to say. Anyway, the summary for Timecop is: an officer for a security agency that regulates time travel must fend for his life against a shady politician who has a tie to his past. So the problem with, the kind of a B-type movie like this is if they try to do time travel, it gets a bit muddy. I don't know how you felt about the whole, they talk
about paradoxes several times, and then absolutely create multiple paradoxes.
Yeah. Well, that's why you can't really think about it a lot.
No, if you think about it, then the movie falls apart horribly. It doesn't make a whole lot of logical sense. Yeah. But then, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme in a time travel movie. The logic's going to be cack.
You're not going to write any theses on it and analyze the philosophy of time travel and time.
Which is kind of a shame, because there's couple of interesting little takes on it. But, financing a presidential run with money from hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, it's decent.
They could have really dug into that. I thought the opening scene is fantastic. 1863,
yeah.
Gainsborough. This is a nice little touch. I like this. Period piece. Maybe do loads of that sort of stuff, bouncing between time, but it focuses mainly in 1 year, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, before that Georgia 1863 scene, I just like the way it was the intro is there's no sort of exposition or anything. It's just black screen. But I love the way the horns just come in when Jean-Claude Van Damme's name comes up, as if it's a crazy spectacle that he's leading this movie. But
they blew their budget on him alone.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a 90s sort of intro. Then we get into that, as you said, there's a dude back in 1863 with future guns taking gold from the Confederacy.
And we can only assume that those future guns were from 2004?
Yeah, there's a couple of things I laughed at with their predictions of 10 years from when they were making this movie.
They really went, why not 10 years? That's a lot of time. God, will have AI, will have virtual reality headsets.
They were right with that one. Well, not with...
Not 2004.
No, 2024.
Yeah, but then driving cars where there's no window. Oh, the cars.
No windows.
Oh my God, the cars.
Yeah, the cars were a bit... I don't know what they were thinking. It was like a little apartment inside with TVs, like multiple TVs.
Like people wouldn't want to look out the window.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what the idea or thinking behind the product set design was for that.
Yeah, not a great piece. That annoyed me.
Yeah. Anyway, stupid. Yeah, we jump quickly to 94, and there's a little meeting of senators, and this dude comes in and goes, "Yeah, you know that scientist."
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. This with time travel. What an idiot. Yeah. We got it done, man.
Yeah, he's invented. It's working, man. But we need to control it. There's, if people start going back, it's going to create ripples in time. Going to create a lot of shit. Anybody want to lead this? Yeah, I do. Senator McComb says he looks like a booby hand.
That's
booby.
Exactly. I was watching it with my wife last night, and she said, "Is that the guy from?" And I went, "No."
I really thought it was.
Yeah, she googled it just to be sure, but no.
No, it's not him. But he's decent enough acting in it. I think him.
It's the correct amount of slime.
Yeah, Ron Silver is his name. I think him and Bruce McGill, who played Matuzak, Jean-Claude's boss, was quite good.
Bruce McGill is always very good. Interesting fact about Bruce, who played the captain of this time
TEC.
TEC. He also played the captain of a time ship in Voyager. Star Trek Voyager.
Oh, yeah.
And he went back, he used to go back in time and fix time things that people were messing with. So he had the same job in two different, well, not movies, but two different franchises.
Typecast, specifically.
Very, very specifically typecast.
All right, we need somebody who's in charge of a time jumping team. Bruce McGill's free. Sorted.
He's done it before, he knows what he's doing.
He knows about the paradoxes and the temporal anomalies. Sign that, man.
Clearly does not from this movie.
No. Yeah, so that sets it up. The way it's shot and everything, it's, we see the little sinister sort of, Senator McComb's early doors. We see him.
He's just got a slimy head on him. He's going to be up to no good.
Yeah, in the neighborhood. So Jean-Claude plays Walker. Mia Sara plays Melissa. Mia Sara straight off from her. Actually, she wasn't straight off from Ferris Bueller's. She had a couple of movies in between, and she just never got roles from then on. And
it's a shame. I actually think she's quite decent.
She's okay, a little bit wooden in this one, but she had a few moments in this one. But yeah, she just didn't get. Obviously, Matthew Broderick went ahead and did a lot of stuff, but she didn't.
He did okay, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, there's a bit of sexism back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Who knows? So they're married. So there's obviously a scene in the mall where he comes up behind her and pretends he's somebody else, and obviously they're married.
Very appropriately, she's looking at clocks and they start talking about time.
There's lots of clocks. Actually, there's so when they're down on the ground floor, these two futuristic looking dudes are up on the balcony looking down on them. It's like
Future guys from 2004.
And there's this little music stab that goes ding 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 ding, and I just thought, that's like LA Noire, the computer game. When something suspicious happens, the face makes a change or whatever. It was just so reminiscent of that. It's like, they're bad guys.
You can't cop it for yourself. The bad-looking guys are bad guys.
Oh, okay, they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Not like they're dressed like they're from the future either.
And they're staring, menacingly at the good guys. So they're, that's not going to help. It's the music gets you there.
Yeah, we're straight into a gratuitous sex scene, Tommy Wiseau-esque.
Yeah, it's just like.
Very early
everywhere.
In the movie.
Yeah. It's like, let's go home. Okay. Bums.
And then, yeah, and then there's a very trope phone call the way, oh, don't answer it. Oh, I have to. I've got
but
something
that's
to tell
important.
you. Melissa says to Walker, oh, tell me after work. He heads outside. Surprise.
Yep, he gets kicked in the face.
Yeah. Shot in the chest, bulletproof vest. She's upstairs getting manhandled, and suddenly it goes
Boomski.
Lethal Weapon-esque. Boomskis.
Yeah, she's Branners.
Yeah. I felt after the Boomski happened, it was really, it was very much like a TV transition. It felt like a TV series.
Yeah.
It like faded away.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
Yeah, and then just went to 1929. Mr. Atwood playing the stocks like we all would.
Yeah. Not a bad move. Just bring a. I don't know why we brought a newspaper from 2004 instead of a laptop.
I was trying to think. Okay, what are you doing? What's in the newspaper in 1929 that's also in the newspaper in 2004? All these stocks still exist. And it wasn't like anything like, I don't know, the Wall Street Journal stocks or something. It was just some weird.
Here's the thing, though. He didn't need a bunch of newspapers. All he had to do was remember a few different stocks, like, I don't know, oil. There you go.
Yeah.
Buy the oil. Shut up.
Oil is needed in the future. Anyway, he turns out to be he's Walker's ex-partner, and so Walker appears out of the time loop jelly that appears.
Yeah.
Kind of like a more gloopy Sliders portal.
Very similar, actually, yeah. A bit more balanced.
Sliders. That's the way. Just the intro music, the Sliders ended. Did you ever see? Do you remember the episode of Sliders where they actually found a way home?
No.
But he was going in, so he said, "Oh, right, I just need to test one thing." He opens the garden gate and it doesn't squeak, and he's going, "No, it's not. For as long as I've lived, the garden gate hasn't squeaked. Let's go again through the portal."
Universe. God damn it!
Went out through this portal. His dad comes out and goes, "Yeah, that's looking good now. Just oil that gate."
Oh, what a dick ass fucking.
I would have just knocked on the door and went, Dad, did you oil the gate before I fuck off into the portal of doom?
And they continued forever, just like what's his face in Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I don't know. There was an ending to Quantum Leap, though.
There was an ending, but the ending was he decided to continue.
Oh.
He was given a choice by what can only be described as... It was... Oh my God, I think it might have been Bruce McGill. Played a barman who was in control of time / was God.
Hang on, I'll check the TV shows he's been in.
If that's him, then he is some sort of temporal nexus.
Let me see here.
Please be him.
Quantum Leap. Al the bartender.
He is the one thing. He is in charge of time travel.
He's real.
It's fact.
Jesus Christ. This was 1989, 5 years before Timecop.
Oh my effing God.
Holy crap. And then Voyager was 1 year after Timecop.
He's just forever jumping.
Damn, that was one live connection.
That was a crazy connection. I just...
Nicely done. Wow, good brain memory there.
I watch nerd programs.
Yeah,
that is a damn, yeah. He's done a lot of time traveling.
Yeah, just looking. Yeah, he's been in Babylon 5 too. I'm guessing that character in that was also time traveling.
It'd be awesome if he was also in Back to the Future, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
I don't think so. He's been in like 54 movies though, so he's been around.
All of them about time travel.
Yeah. All right, so where are we at? Yeah, so obviously Mr. Atwood doesn't want to go back. He's doing, he says, yeah, I'm working for somebody. Who's your person? Actually, no, there's a big, massive stick attack. And then Jean-Claude Walker gets rid of them all with his sticks. And then Mr. Atwood then gets out his
But
modern 2004 gun and starts shooting at
in fairness, he does
GC.
start the fight off with a split as the guy throws a punch because,
early splits, yeah. First of many.
Yeah.
So, but then, he takes him back. He wins him over. He runs out of bullets, basically, Mr. Atwood. So then he brings him home and says, yeah, it's Macomb with Macomb. He needs money for the campaign.
He wants to be president, and I'm not going to testify because he'll kill my family.
Yeah, I can't go home. There's no choice. So he runs and legs it out the window.
Yeah. Which doesn't work because our friend, Mr. Max Walker, grabs him on the way out, grabs him by the leg and presses his let's go home button.
Yeah. I love the Irish cop on the sidewalk.
Oh, Bicara. Sure, tomorrow might have been a better day.
Well, that was the next time. That was when he
comes back the second time. Sorry, yeah.
What he says when they disappear in midair is, Holy Mother of Mary.
Oh. Brilliant. Absolutely
excellent. Yeah. So we're back to 2004. This is the sort of modern day. This is where everything's happening. TEC, whatever it stands for, Time Enforcement Council or something. I don't know.
Cabbages.
Yeah, Time Enforcement Cabbages. He immediately gets found guilty and just is put to death immediately.
Yeah, well, he refuses to defend himself because he doesn't want his family to be chopped up into little pieces or wiped from the timeline.
Yeah. So then he's sent back to continue his fall, and this is when the Irish cop...
Oh, sure. He nearly fell in me Lucky Charms.
He says, poor bastard. And then, tomorrow could have been a better day. Anyway, Senator McComb is here for a tour just today, coincidentally. And there's a frosty relationship between Walker and McComb. They're sort of dancing around each other. Macomb, not McComb.
See, here's a problem. Right away, I have a problem with Walker and his police work. If you want to investigate somebody, don't bloody let them know by staring them down.
Yeah, he couldn't help it.
Idiot. You've got to investigate him.
Yeah, he just was like,
Don't basically say, I know it was you and I'll get you.
Yeah, pretty much. He's constantly just saying stuff to him. And but Macomb wants to... What is it? Macomb? What the fuck's wrong with me? Macomb. He wants to shut down TEC. Don't get me confused. Macomb. Macomb. He wants to shut down TEC because he wants it all to himself. He doesn't want to be enforced. He knows they're on his back probably, or they will be if he keeps on doing what he's doing.
He doesn't want any more investigation, and he just wants to have control of time for himself, which is fair enough,
This is where we get a little bit of a nugget of information which will come into fruition near the end. It's very dangerous because when agents bump into their past selves, it's catastrophic.
Yeah. Matter can't exist in the same space.
Something like that.
Yeah, which annoys me because what? If it was antimatter and matter that came together, then bad crap happens.
That's kind of weird.
They just made something up that sounds science.
Yeah, it's like...
We need some science lines in here.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to touch my past self and everything will explode and I'll blend into them and become jelly.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense because you can't destroy matter. Matter and energy can't be disposed of by touching it to itself.
All right, Einstein.
Sorry, but it's just annoying.
Anyway, Macomb is saying stuff to Walker, and Walker says, "I never quit."
Okay, then I'm going to kill you. Basically, is what Macomb's thinking at this point. You idiot.
Yeah. At this moment in time, we see our first versions of the cars in 2004. As we said before, no windows. There's kind of like slats on the front of them. We don't see if it's self-driven though.
It is self-driven. He says home.
That's right. Sorry, yeah, but he's sitting.
Where to, sir? I'll go home now, thanks. Which makes a mockery of Tesla cars today, who pretend they can self-drive.
Yeah, true. Well, they got it. Anyway, what happens? Two lads come to his house, right? To his apartment this night, right?
Yeah, they come again, idiots.
It's the famous splits on the kitchen counter.
kitchen together. But they come in. Their first move is to wake him up and then try to shoot him with a taser instead of just shooting him with a gun.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
Yeah.
Don't give him a chance to do splits or you're dead.
He says it before this. He says one sentence that's supposed to sort of give us his mindset. If I can't go back to save her, he's not going back to steal money.
It's fair enough.
Yeah, and we sort of get a conversation with his captain, Captain Matuzak, who's he's like, "Oh, have you been bought?" It's like, "Nope." Do you trust me?
It says nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, he goes home and boozes, and then these lads come and mess him up. But he's chucking one down the staircase when Agent Fielding comes from Internal Affairs.
You're like, oh, hello.
Hello, that's Gloria Rubin from ER, who, she's decent enough. It's fine. But
kind of wasted in this, to be honest. She doesn't really get much of a part.
No, she's not like a sidekick or anything like you would think, as you normally would have in these sort of things, helping, assisting, and wisecracks. She doesn't have that characteristics really to be a wisecracking sidekick.
But I would say she's got the charisma to, hold the audience's attention. But he's kind of by himself the whole way through this movie.
Yeah.
Apart from when he teams up with himself. Spoiler.
Spoiler alerts. Yeah, so we get to the part where she's going to go back in time with him. We see a little... Yeah, it's cut straight to another naked lady on a bed, and we're going, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And it's one of the tech crews with a VR headset on. So they got that right, but 20 years too early. And they sort of mention it, oh, she looks like the Vollmer twins. I'm like going, what the hell have I missed in the plot?
Nope, you ain't missed nothing.
No. So the whole process of going back to the past is in a Battlestar Galactica pod.
It's exactly what I thought.
Shuttle.
And the whole process is, why? Why do you need to be traveling at a certain speed? And why is there a cement wall at the end? Just in case it doesn't work.
And not some like foam blocks or something.
No, a hard ass cement wall so you can splat.
Yeah, the two red dots in it are the Vollmer twins.
Yeah.
But then like it's weird because a couple of times he jumps out of the portal and he lands in the car. It's like, where did you get the car from?
Oh, they left it in portal space?
Portal parking spaces?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I got a ticket from the portal police. Fuck.
That's the PEC.
Yeah, even when something as cool as time travel happens, it's still going to be parking tickets.
Yeah, and taxes.
For times and taxes, yeah. Star Wars that'll be the plot for Star Wars if George Lucas
Trade
gets his way.
agreements. Oh, brilliant.
Great. Yeah, so let me see. I love the way when Fielding is not very. She's crazy. She's very scared, and they don't look like they're trying to fake having G forces against their faces.
I thought it was a bit Total Recall, the first Total Recall movie.
The real one.
The only one. Sorry.
One, yeah.
When they get sucked out into the atmosphere of Mars.
Oh yeah.
Start going. Yeah. Another call out to Arnie there, just saying.
Yeah, well done, Arnie. What I found funny was they went through the little portal thing fine, but when they disappeared on the little warpers, there's two guys just walking around the background. That's not as if nothing is happening. They're just walking around like two goons in the background
all the time.
It's like, all right, let's stand back, lads.
It's more fucking time traveling assholes.
But it's like if they smashed into the wall, they're going to be, mincemeat,
covered in bits,
shrapnel. It's just funny. It's like, why do you need to have two people back there walking around? Anyway,
they were just general goons walking around doing science things. The science things that have to happen,
like the Austin Powers scene. Yeah. There's a guy walking around in the background with a clipboard, doing nothing. Anyway, they land into Washington Mall, get drenched, and it's October 9th.
Day before Fielding's birthday.
True. So they head to this building called Parker McComb data link something process a system, something like that.
And then Max goes, "Hey, up! I thought it was just Parker."
Yeah, exactly. I wonder why. What's going on here? So McComb is there with a couple of goons, but then
But it's a
future McComb,
young McComb.
future McComb comes. So they're outside. Walker and Fielding are outside. All right, let's split up. Give me the signal. I'll give you the signal. We'll go in. And there's a big arrest standoff. Everybody's pointing guns at each other, and
but there's a betrayal coming.
Didn't see it coming. Fielding.
No. Crap police officer. If he never splits, he's got nothing.
Yeah. Fielding points the gun at Walker and goes, I don't know what she goes. She goes, "Oh, I'm voting for him," or something.
Yeah. Reasonable line. Kind of forgettable as well, though.
Yeah. Young McComb gets cut in the face, and then a scar appears on the old McComb's face. So that was pretty
nice touch.
Decent, yeah. So Walker's just going around the entire warehouse now, just picking off people. The forklift maneuver is fucking stupid.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. with the highly flammable, I don't know what
barrels.
It's supposed to be. Barrels of explodey stuff. And he's using the explodey stuff as a bullet guard as he goes up. Great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like, all right, let's use this forklift, hide behind these barrels. The barrels had already exploded down on the ground.
Yeah, well, he wanted an excuse to kick something, so he kicks a wooden pallet. Otherwise, he'd nothing to kick, because it's been ages since he kicked anything under a split. So he had an excuse to get the piece of wood and stick it in the accelerator of the forklift.
Yeah. Anyway, he heads up to this guy who's been shooting at him for the last fucking 20 minutes.
It reminded me of, what was that? Freaking police squad.
Oh, yeah, right beside each other.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And they're like 2 meters away from each other.
Yeah. Anyway, the guy gets his arm frozen off, which is quite good. And then he just shoves him off, goes, "Have a nice day."
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when he says later on to McComb, who just pops out, "I should have told him to freeze."
Should have said freeze.
I should have told him to freeze.
He really wanted a Arnie one-liner there. You can just tell.
Yeah, but listen, as wooden as Arnie is, he's fantastic at delivering those really cheesy one-liners.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude, not so much.
Yeah. Anyway, Fielding just starts to fight him, and he's like going, "Yeah, I'm going to fight you." Or somebody said, McComb said, "You're not going to fight a woman, are you?" or something. And Fielding's there kicking the shit out of him. So he said, "Yeah, I'm going to fight her," and kicks the shit out of her. And then McComb obviously shoots her in the face just to, then pieces out over there.
Yeah, he goes through his bubble.
Yeah. So then, so Walker runs out through his little portal bubble and ends up in the pod coming back. And then there's, time travel paradox shit going on. Things are talked about, and Fielding could still be alive. Let's go back.
But he goes back, and the TEC is being dismantled.
Yeah.
Because McComb has got further along in the presidential campaign while he's been away because of stuff.
Yeah.
I think mostly because, because he decided not to sell stock in the company that he was visiting. So it is still, was it Parker McComb? I think it's just McComb now, the company.
That
owns the frozen computer chips.
Yeah. And so he obviously, then Walker's like, "Oh yeah, I need to go back and get proof from Fielding that she was working for him." It's a very weak sort of reason. Just go back and kill McComb or something. I don't know. Anyway, he sort of persuades Matuzak to help him out and gets back into the pod.
A buddy moment with somebody who doesn't really recognize him all that much anymore.
Yeah, he says, "Yeah, your wife's barbecue sucks. I've had it 100 times." But that sways Matuzak going, "Yeah, my wife's barbecue does suck."
What an asshole.
Anyway, Matuzak gets shot up by soldiers, and then the soldiers get barbecued themselves by the pod's flame that is quite weak. It's like a gas lighter. It's coming out
Well,
of her
it was
back.
also an interesting place to stand when you work in the place and you're fully aware what the thing does.
Yeah.
I think I'll stand at a jet engine type thing or a thruster rocket.
Yeah.
Not the brightest.
No. That's what I call pod racing.
Oh.
Anyway, that's pretty good. I think that's quite famous scene in the 90s when he appears in front of the truck and then has to go down on the street, the road. I thought it was quite.
Did you do splits?
No,
Ah,
just normal belly.
what an absolute wasted opportunity to do splits.
Yeah, he should have. All right, he goes to Fielding and she goes, "Yeah, I'll testify to make up for being a naughty girl and trying to kill you. I'll get the blood from the lab because that proves you're here."
Yeah, it's like, what does it prove?
Nothing.
It's actually it reminded me of something that annoyed me at the very start of the movie. So when they go back to 1994 from being in Gainsborough in 1863, they said they'd carbon dated the gold that they'd confiscated. A couple of problems with that. Moving it forward in time means the carbon dating would be exactly the same as not traveling to time at all. It would be the same as gold from bloody now. So it's young gold, it doesn't age. And the biggest problem is there's no carbon in gold. You can't carbon date it. Anyway, sorry.
I'm sure they figured out something in 2004. That's the future, right?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, they said carbon dating, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry.
No, that's good. No, it's well picked up. Anyway, he finds his wife's blood when she's there, and she's preggo, obviously. Duh.
Yeah.
If you're listening at the start, yeah.
Obvious from the first 5 seconds of the movie that she's up to duff.
Yeah. Fielding's dead. She got syringed in her IV drip by some dude.
Yeah, you don't get to see that happening. But the nurse comes in at this point and she starts screaming for security.
Security. Yeah. So he legs it. Then we head back to the mall and trying to wrap it up here. He's kind of nabs Melissa and goes, "Yeah, I'm from the future.
Look at me, I'm older, but I know things. And I'm speaking with Arnie's voice now. I don't know why."
Yeah. So she quickly believes him. "Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're from 10 years in the future. That's okay." The guys are following them and sort of like Groundhog Day. She's witnessing them meeting again.
Yeah, and this bit's reasonably well done. It's two timelines intersecting and coexisting at the same time and without interfering with each other. I think it's reasonably well sewn together.
Yeah. So we get into the final showdown here. Like
this is very, very Jean-Claude Van Damme showdown.
Yeah, but it's also in the dark, so it's sort of like you sort of are robbed from any sort of visual spectacle, really. I felt a lot of things are done in the shadow and outside and dimly lit, like Game of Thrones Season 8.
Or Universal Soldier. It was Face Off with Dolph.
Okay. I don't remember it. Yeah, so there's a whole massive action showdown. They're up on the rooftop. Melissa shoots one of them. Young Walker gets shot again.
But he's also still wearing his bulletproof vest, which is a good thing.
He's fine, yeah. He says something like, "Say ah." That was one of the one-liners. Then he says, "That's gotta hurt." Still scrambling for that one-liner that everybody will remember.
Just not landing it, though.
No, he wants to just become pop culture. I'll be back. No, it's not happening, Jean-Claude. Didn't happen. Anyway, McComb is back.
Which McComb?
Old McComb. But then young McComb arrives because
he got a text message from Mr.
Old Walker. Yeah, it was good. It was good thinking from Walker.
It was a good idea. It was using the bit of the MacGuffin from earlier with the science and two things can't exist in the same space, same time.
Yeah, he kind of remembered that like a clever time enforcement council. Clever girl. Chomp. So he does this weird thing with his hand on his belt, counts down. It's like, where did that come from? If that was done earlier on in the movie, it would have been great to wrap it up. You know, this is how I say I love you or something in hand signals on my waist or something. Or if
This is
ever we
how
get in trouble,
I say you throw some guy to the wall in hand signals.
yeah, it was silly. But anyway, he then twirls young McComb into old McComb, and they suddenly become a gel monster.
Yeah, it's like straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then just ceases to exist.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Matter does it all the time.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, old McComb had set up a C4 bomb, and sort of therefore he was like going, I don't care, I can kill myself. Both of you will be dead. But then when he brings in young McComb, old McComb goes, oh no.
You've ruined it, you fucker.
You fucking bastard. So anyhow, they run out of the house, boom, and he returns in the pod. And it's now Parker systems only.
Yeah, here's my massive problem with all of this. I'm just being a complete nerd on this point again. He's gone forward in time.
Try not to overthink it.
What happened to the Walker who had lived his life right up to that point where he comes back?
Doesn't exist anymore.
He's just taken his life. Prick.
It's alternate timelines. If you got into it.
He shouldn't exist then. He should cease to exist. But, if he was holding a photo with old Walker in it, he should fade away a la Back to the Future.
I was thinking, when he comes back and it's the day he comes back, he should have told her back 10 years ago, hey, sometime in the future.
Invest in Microsoft.
Yeah. By the way, invest in Microsoft.
Buy some Apple stock.
If I come back and I'm confused one day, that'll be the day I've remelded with your already grown-up husband. So just be ready for that.
Take it easy. He's probably going to have some PTSD.
Yeah. So there's the trope. He comes back and asks all the questions about, where's McComb and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And he comes home and he meets Fielding in the corridor as well.
Hey, don't be naughty.
Yeah, don't shoot me in the face or whatever. His son has grown up to be 10 years old. Bit too big to be carried around.
And what I really wanted at this point was him to turn to the wife and go, what's he called again?
What's his name? Sorry, I just joined up with your current husband. He also has a tear coming down his cheek as well. It's like, oh my God.
Acting.
Jean-Claude. It's like, cut, right? Eyedropper, please. All right.
He didn't have to do that. He just thought it the most beautiful split in the world.
Yeah. And the future Kylie Minogue shenanigans.
Yeah.
He's going inside and Melissa says, oh, I've got something to tell you. And his last line is, take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
She's up to duff again. This is where he runs off back in time.
Yeah, Jesus.
Buy more contraceptives.
It's like he doesn't know his kid. It's like, fucking hell, I have to live with this young 10-year-old that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, that's problematic. And he's had 10 years living, he doesn't know nothing about modern history because it's clearly massively changed.
Yeah, and like what happened? Like, so present day Walker goes to work. Is he in the middle of a meeting and he just disappears while he comes back into pod? Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. He literally deletes
Where did
a human
Walker
being
go?
who's 10 years divergent from him. So it's a completely different person.
Yeah.
He killed him.
Like if he goes home and leaves the toilet seat up, she's going, what the fuck? Give me a beer. You don't drink beer.
I do now. I'm Arnie.
I'm also an Arnie impersonator. He's big now. I invested in him 10 years ago. Yes. All right. What did you give the plot?
The plot. I remember seeing this back in the day and not hating the plot, but looking at it, not a teenager. The plot's crap. It really is. I give it a 1.5. It's so full of holes. It's got some interesting points in it, so I give it 1.5.
I gave it 2.5. I just didn't I didn't hate this movie. I thought it was just entertaining, and it is what it is. And I hate that phrase because it means I don't have any explanation for it. Whenever anybody says it is what it is, they don't actually know what they're talking about. But I just think, yeah, it's a shitty time travel movie, but it's Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. So I went into it not expecting anything.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Yeah, I expected to hate it, and I expected it not to be good at all. But I was pleasantly surprised just with how average it was, and I enjoyed the 1 hour and whatever 39 minutes that I watched it. It was fine. Having said that, I'm giving acting 2 just because nobody could act apart from Ron Silver and Bruce McGill. I think Mia Sara even was a bit rusty.
Yeah, she wasn't in it all that much. Actually, yeah, I did like her Temporal Nexus guy. He was fantastic. El Bruce.
Yeah.
But yeah, the acting is, listen, it's got splits, so that's acting, right?
Yeah, it's physical acting, yeah.
I give it 2 as well. You know, the choreography is decent. He moves very well, yeah, as he always has. So I would consider, I don't know if you could consider that part of production or acting. I give it 2.
Yeah, it's fine. Soundtrack wasn't any for me. I just gave it 2. There was incidental music, and then at the start and at the end there was music. So it wasn't. I'm just giving it 2.
It definitely had music.
It has music, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I give it 2 as well. It was far from offensive, but it's completely forgettable. I can't remember any of the music. I know it existed.
Yeah, I think somebody wrote a song explicitly for the end credits because it felt like that.
Yeah, wasn't great.
No, you know, I gave production 3. I'm going to give them credit. I thought just because I didn't think anything looked crazy bad. I thought I was actually quite surprised with the, you know, the setting, the scenery, the sets, the effects were fine. The Battlestar Galactica time travel pod was okay, apart from the stupid flame.
It's missing its wings.
Yeah, missing wings. Other than that, I thought in general, I thought they did a good job with. Obviously, this movie is based on the comics that the 2 writers of the actual, you know, script for this actually created the comics, so they had material. I guess
they had to use the pod because the pod was in the comic.
You sure about that?
I'm guessing. I've never read the.
I was going to, but I forgot to look it up.
I would imagine why come up with such a weird visual effect if it wasn't part of the source material.
True. What else would they do? Do the Austin Powers, Dr. Evil, and Mini-Me just jump into a swirling kaleidoscope and freeze frame?
That was brilliant.
I know.
That would have been amazing. I would have given them extra points for that. I gave it a 2.5 for production. It's decent. There's a couple of things that annoy me. The cars annoy me, and the thing bit where he mixes 2 Macooms together. I thought the visual effect on that was very weak. But apart from that, the choreography is great. Jumping around the place, splits everywhere.
Yeah. The future cars were very. It actually looked like they just picked something from the lot, and it was made in 1970.
Yeah,
is it like a 1970s version of a car as opposed to a 1994 version of a futuristic car?
It felt like a throwback. Consideration of what is the future.
Yeah, it did.
Not something that was going to be from 10 years on. Like
no. Why didn't they go further in the future anyway? Why didn't they go 2024?
It's just
like, why go 10 years?
You can be more fantastical. If like you can't say 5 years from now we'll have talking elephants. No.
Although you can't do that. You don't really want to age them either. You don't have the production budget for that.
That is true.
Yeah.
This isn't Back to the Future we're talking about here.
No. All right, Mike Clark in USA Today gave it 38 out of 100. Timecop's conversation piece is the scene in which Van Damme springs into the air amid hand-to-hand combat, finessing a perfect split atop his kitchen counter. Though definitely ooh and ass stuff, it falls short of landing Timecop the 3-star review earned here by Van Damme's Hard Target, which I'm guessing they got there. And then Mick LaSalle, who we've used before, gave it 75 out of 100 in the San Francisco Chronicle. The desire to go back in time to change things or just to visit is so central to the experience of being alive and stuck in time that Timecop has a built-in power. It's a power the film, a satisfying science fiction thriller, takes full advantage of. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough, Mick. That's fine. All right. Let's send this podcast back to 1994.
Let's get it to meet its matter from a different time period and smash it together repeatedly until it turns into the thing from Mr. Carpenter's movie.
There you go. A bit longer than I usually go for, but that works. All right. Yeah. Let's pick our next random movie for episode 66. Bloody hell, our episodes are flying by. And we get movie number 8190. And movie 8190 is 1977's The Eagle Has Landed.
Oh, cool.
The summary is a German plot to kidnap Winston Churchill unfolds at the height of World War II. It's got a Metascore of 61, user score of 6.6. It's got Michael Caine, Donald Sutherland, Robert Duvall, Jenny Agutter, Donald Pleasance, Anthony Quayle. And that's where it stops that I know. Larry Hagman's in it.
Bruce McGill in one of his time traveling trips.
Bruce McGill. Yeah.
I'll be honest, as a kid growing up, this is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, really? I didn't.
I watched this like 5 times.
Well, it's directed by John Sturges, who directed and produced The Great Escape, The Magnificent Seven, Hour of the Gun, Gunfight at OK Corral,
it feels a lot like those movies. It feels epic.
So yeah, no, it's it's got average stuff. The writers of this, Tom Mankiewicz, wrote Superman 1 and Superman 2. Also wrote Diamonds Are Forever and Live and Let Die and The Man with the Golden Gun.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. The other guy, Jack Higgins, just wrote The Eagle Has Landed. So one of them went on and did a lot of stuff. The other one just said, that'll do.
He went to work as a bicycle repairman or something.
Yeah, and why not? Okay, cool. It's always nice to see and, see the old actors at work and just to experience them back in their heyday of 77.
It's always good to have a McCain. McCain?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, not McCain, not Chips.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it's always good to watch Michael Caine at his best.
What do you say, Michael O'Kane?
Michael McCain. He's a
Michael Caine. Yeah, and Donald Sutherland and Robert Duvall.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Big hitters.
Big hitters. A good strong lineup there. All right, cool. Let's do that then. So that's episode 66. If you're still listening to this, send in your top 10 movies of all time to our email address, which is in the description below. Wherever the hell you are listening to this, it's in the description. Send us an email with your top 10 movies and we will pick a random movie for us to watch. We enjoy top 10s from listeners.
We do. We absolutely do.
We might actually do one the next episode. You'll never know. Who knows? We don't know. Nobody knows. It's random. It's whatever I feel like on the day. All right, we'll see you in episode 66. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.